Good evening and welcome in to Langhorst Field here on the campus of Elmhurst College, where tonight the St. Joseph Chargers have senior night against the Leo Lions. And this has been a great rivalry in the past few years since the Chargers have joined the CCL Red last season, a game in which the Chargers were trailing 36 and came back to win. And right now we're going to have our opening prayer and national anthem.
Make them strong, but never hostile. Grant them the strength to best their opponent and lead them to always help the opponent up. Grant them moments to rejoice, but not in the adversity of others. Help them stay safe from injury, both physical and emotional. Help them to learn something that matters once the game is over. Help them remember that sports are just games. If they know victory, allow them to be happy. If they are denied, keep them from envy. If through athletics they set an example, let it be a good one. In the name of your Son, Jesus. St. John Baptist de La Salle, St. Joseph, live Jesus in our hearts forever. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Get a shot of the flag.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And there you have it, the Star-Spangled Banner, and we're about ready to get started here in this massive CCL Red game. As I mentioned, just an absolute classic last year that St. Joe won 40-30 at Leo. And believe me, the Lions are going to have revenge on their minds tonight. And at this time, we'd like to remind you that tonight's game and all St. Joseph Chargers programming is presented by Meatheads in Elmhurst, a place you can enjoy with your whole family from the moment you walk into the door until the moment you leave. Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst. Well, it is senior night for the Chargers. 9 seniors on this St. Joseph roster, a special night for them, their last home game here at Langhorst Field, and had a chance to talk to all the seniors on the St. Joseph team last night on the Rich Petrosky Show, and you can listen to that on Arena Sportsnet Chicago on Spreaker.com. It's also posted on YouTube, as this game will be as well. Chargers need to win both of their final 2 games in order to qualify for the IHSA playoffs. However, they have already clinched a top 2 finish in the CCL Red, which will allow them to continue playing no matter what the results are of these last 2 games in the Chicago Catholic League playoffs, which would give them a chance to qualify for the Prep Bowl, where they would face the CPS winner. About ready for the kickoff here. And the kicks off. It's a low liner. It'll take a bounce right in front of the 10 and past Amir Burgee. No, he actually picked it up right before it crossed the goal line, and Burgee's making some moves. He's all the way to the 15, where he's finally brought down. Well, I thought that was going to be a touchback there as it looked like the ball crossed the goal line, but the official right to his side said that he kept the ball from crossing the goal line, and Bergie took it for a decent return. However, the smart play may have been to let that ball bounce in the end zone as the Chargers will start from their own 16-yard line. Talking to Coach Petrosky last night, he said that these two programs are like apples to apples, very similar teams in terms of the style of play and the makeup of the roster. 1st and 10 for the Chargers, and they'll start out with 5 wide for Caleb Hayden. Hayden back to pass, facing some pressure. He'll roll out to his left, and he has room to run, heading for that first down marker, and he is pushed past it for a first down on the first play of the game for St. Joe's. Well, we've seen a few times this season. Caleb Hayden has the ability to run, shows it there, and does a nice job avoiding the pressure, finding space, and picking up the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for St. Joe near the 30-yard line. So it's a game of about 14 on the first play of the game for the Chargers. Hayden, once again, the only man in the backfield for St. Joe's. 5 wide for the Chargers. They go with a middle screen to Malik Mason. Mason takes it at about the 28, and he is brought down at about the 34-yard line, 4-yard gain on the screen pass. Malik Mason, a lot of speed, size, and that's been the strategy for St. Joe's all season. Put the ball into the hands of their athletes and allow them to make plays in space. Try to do it there, and a solid gain on first down at 4 yards. Empty backfield once again for St. Joe's. Hayden takes the snap. Looking downfield, going for Zach Ford down the sideline, and he is just out of bounds. Tried to keep a foot in past the 35-yard line of Leo, and he did make the catch, but he was just barely out of bounds. So a missed opportunity there as Ford was open. He beat his man, but the throw was just slightly off and out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 6 for St. Joe from their own 34 on the first possession of the ball game. Hayden with 2 men in the backfield with him, 3 wide receivers out there for the Chargers. It's a handoff up the middle to Amir Bergie, and he is brought down after maybe a couple of yards.
Number 2, Amir Bergie on the carry.
So it'll be 4th down. Chargers will be forced to punt. Big play on that series was the pass from Hayden to Ford that was just slightly out of bounds. Could have been a huge play for the Chargers. But they'll now have to punt, and Zach Ford is the man punting for St. Joe's. Back deep is Keyshawn Douglas. It'll take a bounce at the 30 of Leo, and it finally will land inside the 20. Nice punt there by Zach Ford. And so Leo will start from about their own 18-yard line for their first offensive possession of the game. And the first quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Cleaver Supplements. Visit them online at cleaversupplements.com. Cleaver Supplements, pure supplements for when genetics are not enough. 1st and 10 for Leo at their own 18. The Lions come into this ball game at 1-6, but they have faced a brutal schedule this season in the CCL. Quarterback is Daryl Osley Parr. And there are 4 wide receivers out there. Man comes in motion, and they hand it off to him. It's Keyshawn Douglas on the end around, and he picks up maybe about 3 yards on first down. So it'll be 2nd down and about 7 here for Leo. Maybe got 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 22-yard line of Leo for the Lions. About 9 minutes left here in the first quarter. First offensive possession of the game for Leo. 3 backs in the backfield along with the quarterback, Osley Parr. And a little confusion there with the defense as they were trying to pull a stun on the defensive line and may have jumped to the neutral zone there. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Encroachment against St. Joe, and we've seen encroachment numerous times from the Chargers this season. They try to mess with their opponents there, try to jump the snap, and in that case, it just looked like confusion among the defense. So 2nd down and about 1 here. Usli Parr hands it off to the outside. 1st down and a little bit more past the 35-yard line of St. Joe. Stephon Howard picks up the 1st down for the Lions. So 1st and 10 for Leo from their own 35-yard line. With 8:47 left here in the first quarter. No score between St. Joe and Leo. Big-time rivals here in the CCL Red. One win on the season for Leo came in their first game of the season against Lane Tech. They played that one in Soldier Field. But since then, as I said, it was a murderer's row of a schedule. Leo's had to face St. Lawrence, Fenwick, as well as Loyola, the powerhouse up in Wilmette. Lost that game 49-7 last week. 1st and 10 here for the Lions. It's a high snap, and Usli Parr takes it on a draw. The quarterback is able to get about 3 yards there, and he did well to get just that because it was a high snap. It was almost fumbled. But pretty impressive there by the quarterback for the Lions, Usli Parr, the junior. It'll be 2nd down and 7 here for the Lions. Usli Parr in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. 1 man in the backfield, 2 split to each side. They send a man in motion towards the near side on a jet sweep. Picks up a few yards, close to a 1st down. Probably about short of it by 2 yards there. So it'll be 3rd and 2 here after the jet sweep, as Tobias Sample took it there for the Lions. 3rd and short here. Big play coming up for the Chargers defense. This defensive line looking to make a stand. That has been one of the strengths of this Charger team all season. Players like Malik Mason, Antonio Hardaway. Shamar McDade Bishop playing linebacker tonight. Usually against a larger team, McDade Bishop will play on the defensive line, and now a penalty going against Leo. Looked like an illegal substitution, so that'll bring it back 5 yards. Costly mistake there for the Lions as it goes from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. From a situation where they probably would run the ball to now they may be forced to go through the air. We have not seen the Lions throw a pass yet here tonight. Just over 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Usli Parr in the shotgun. Trips to his right, 1 receiver to the left, and they do hand it off again, and plenty of room there for Duran G. And G is down the far sideline. He's heading for the end zone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Lions. A big-time run. Wow, a 62-yard run there by Stephon Howard. Unbelievable there by Howard. 62-yard touchdown and a absolute breakdown there for the defense of the Chargers. But wait a minute, there was a flag down. Hold your horses, as there was holding on the play. And so that's a break for St. Joe. And it looks to me like that holding flag had to have been thrown past the 1st down marker, because it's just about 3rd down and 4 here for Leo. So it goes from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 4 after the touchdown is called back. Would have been a 62-yard score. Usli Parr will hand it off here. They go to the same man, Taylor, or rather Howard, and he's able to pick up the 1st down. Had him confused with Stephon Taylor, the old Stanford running back, but it's Stephon Howard who's able to pick up the 1st down there for Leo. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 47-yard line of St. Joe. 6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. No score between the Chargers and the Lions. But a touchdown called back already on this drive for Leo. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Leo. 2 men in the backfield, along with the quarterback, Usli Parr. It'll be a handoff to the right side, going to Tobias Sample. And Sample picks up about 5 yards. Quick burst there from Tobias Sample, finding the hole, picking up a solid gain on first down. 2nd down and 5 here for Leo. As I said a little bit earlier, haven't seen the Lions throw a pass yet. So this is a team that's going to focus more on putting it on the ground compared to St. Joe's, who's been going with the air raid type of attack with the empty backfield. 2nd down and 5 for Leo. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 2 men in the backfield along with the quarterback Usli Parr. Usli Parr will hand it off to Tobias Sample once again, and Sample has the first down and a little bit more. Inside the 35-yard line of St. Joe, and Tobias Sample showing he has some skill, and he's just a sophomore for Leo. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. No score. It's been a long drive here for the Lions after St. Joe was not able to score on their first possession, punted it away to Leo, and they picked up 3 first downs on this drive. Snap to Usli Parr. He'll hand it off up the middle, and there is room once again, but a flag is thrown. Could be holding here. It appears to be the initial signal. Well, let's see the official. And it is indeed holding. That'll push Leo back 10 yards. Second holding penalty on this drive. The first one was certainly very costly as it took away a touchdown for the Lions. Would have been a 62-yard score. But now this 10-yard holding penalty pushes Leo back to the 45 of St. Joe. Need to get all the way to the 24 for a first down. But it is first down right now. So 1st and 21 here for Leo. Shotgun here is Usli Parr. Has 2 backs in the backfield with him, 3 wide receivers. A high snap, and he is looking to pass. Going deep, has a man out there wide open. Caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Leo. And Keyshawn Douglas makes the catch inside the 5 for the long touchdown. A 45-yard pass play to put Leo on top 6-0. Boy, a beautiful throw there by Usli Parr. I kept talking about how we hadn't seen him throw a pass. Well, there he rolls out to his right, had a man wide open inside the 5, put the ball on the money for an easy touchdown for Leo with 4:13 left here in the first quarter. PAT team is on for the Lions. Jordan Anderson is the kicker for Leo. Snap is down. Kick by Anderson is up. And good. That'll make it 7-0 Leo here with 4:13 left in the first quarter. So after Leo really focused on that ground game, they went to the air to score a touchdown to make it 7-0. Hey, Charger fans, don't forget to stop by Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst and enjoy our fast casual family restaurant that serves fresh experiences. Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst. And we'd like to thank Meatheads for being a sponsor of Chargers football all season here on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. 7-0 Leo on top of St. Joe with 4:13 left in the first quarter. The Lions score on their first offensive possession after they forced St. Joe to punt. Had a touchdown called back early on that drive. Would have been a 62-yard rush for a TD from Stefan Howard, but instead it ends up being a 45-yard touchdown pass from Darryl Usali-Parr to Keyshawn Douglas. Chris Reno on for the kickoff for Leo. Amir Burgi is deep for St. Joe. Here's the kick from Reno. It's a low liner. It's taken at about the 18, and it was dropped initially. A little bit of space here near the 30-yard line. It was Justin Freeman on the return for St. Joe. Did a nice job after he initially dropped that kickoff on the fly, and St. Joe will start with solid field position right around their own 30-yard line. Let's see what St. Joe goes with here. We saw them try to strike through the air. They do have 4 wide receivers out there. Zion Timms is in the backfield with the quarterback, Caleb Hayden. They send Zach Ford in motion. Hayden takes the snap, looking for Ford, and incomplete as that pass was short of Ford, running towards the far sideline. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Zach Ford, Mr. Everything for St. Joe, playing wide receiver, safety, also does the punting and some of the kicking for the Chargers. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for St. Joe. Hayden in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 3 to his left, 1 to the right. Pump fake, and now Hayden's going to run with it, and he has space, making a couple moves, breaks a tackle, and he is just about a yard short of a 1st down. Another nice run by Caleb Hayden, and that's been the most effective way that St. Joe has moved the ball so far tonight. And Hayden has made some smart decisions as well. Couldn't find a receiver open, pump faked, and then took it himself to bring St. Joe close to a 1st down. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Leo leading St. Joe 7-0. 3rd down and 1 for the Chargers from their own 39-yard line. They hand it off to Burgi up the middle, and he has the 1st down. Gets just past that 40-yard line of St. Joe. Rather, that was Zion Timms who was on the carry there. They did have Burgi in. A couple of different backs out there for St. Joe. 1st and 10 for the Chargers from their own 41. Hayden in shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Sent a man in motion. Looking to pass, facing pressure, and he is going to avoid it. To the near side, throws it deep, and has a man. It's caught inside the 45-yard line of Leo. What a play as Malik Mason makes the catch. Oh, that was something. Boy, that was reminding me of Eli Manning in that Super Bowl. Boy, what a throw there by Hayden. To have that arm strength on the run after evading pressure, it looked like he would almost surely be sacked, but now it's 1st and 10 inside the 45. Hayden looking to pass again. He's going deep. And on the far sideline, incomplete, out of bounds. As it was broken up down on the far sideline. They were looking for Jesse McDonald there on the long pass. It will now be 2nd and 10. 4 wide receivers, Hayden in the shotgun. Timms in the backfield with him. Hayden takes snap, looking to pass. Facing pressure, and this time he will be sacked. Dragged all the way back to the 35-yard line, but they will give him forward progress before that. Well, not necessarily forward progress, but the whistle had been blown. And they're going to spot it at about the 46-yard line of St. Joe, and it'll be a third and very long here. St. Joe has to get inside the 35 of Leo for a first down, all the way to the 34-yard line. So it's third down and 20 for St. Joe with 1:35 left here in the first quarter. Chargers trailing 7-0. Hayden in shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. Hayden takes the snap. Hayden facing pressure again, evades it, looking downfield, has a man open. It's Malik Mason, and he makes the catch inside the 30-yard line. Malik Mason has been the man at receiver tonight, and he waves his arms to pump up the crowd, and he absolutely should after making 2 huge catches on this drive. Big-time plays from Malik Mason, and it's 1st and 10 Chargers at the 28-yard line of Leo. St. Joe offense is in business. 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers to the right. They'll hand it off to Timms up the middle, and he gets a couple of yards, maybe 3, with under a minute left to play here in the first quarter. Well, this offense has big playability, and they're showing it tonight. You've seen Malik Mason, but there are other weapons out there as well. They've looked to Jesse McDonald, tried to get it to Zach Ford too. And we'll see if Leo shifts their focus towards Mason a bit. Maybe that'll leave an opportunity for somebody else to get open. 4 wide receivers out there for the Chargers. Hayden takes a snap in the shotgun. Looking deep towards the end zone for Desmond McPhail, and it's almost intercepted. Nice play near the goal line as McPhail was standing in the end zone, and the coverage came to break it up. It's now about 3rd down and 7 for the Chargers. Hayden in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tim's in the backfield with him. Hayden over the middle to Jesse McDonald. Makes the catch inside the 10-yard line for the first down. A bullet over the middle caught by McDonald. McDonald making a big play on his senior night, so it'll be 1st and goal for St. Joe's. But that play will draw the first quarter to an end with the score Leo 7 and St. Joseph 0. But the Chargers are on a drive inside the 10. They'll have 1st and goal when we begin the second quarter. And the second quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by the Illinois High School Association. Stay in the game. IHSA playoffs coming up in just a couple of weeks. Next week, the last week of the regular season. And the Chargers trying to keep their hopes alive for an IHSA playoff berth. The team knows it. They have their backs against the wall. And Coach Petrosky said last night he likes being in that position somewhat, having his players with that mentality. We have to win or our chances for the IHSA playoffs are over. So we'll flip the field to begin this second quarter. Chargers will now be moving right to left across your computer screen. Beautiful fall night out here at Langhorse Field in Elmhurst College. Had some interesting weather this season, some rain. Of course, there was a steaming game at St. Ignatius just a few weeks ago on the road. But tonight, perfect football weather. In about the 60s as the Chargers have the ball at the 8-yard line of Leo with 1st and goal. The passing game has been working well for the Chargers on this drive. We'll see what they go to on 1st and goal from the 8. Hayden in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Tim's in the backfield with him at running back. They send a man in motion at Zach Ford. They give it to him on the jet sweep, trying to find that corner. Shifts back, makes another cut, and he maybe just got back to the line of scrimmage. Well, he actually pushed his way forward to the 6. Impressive job there by Ford as he was being brought down and was just able to use some momentum to at least gain a couple of yards. So now it will be 2nd down and goal. About maybe make it the 7-yard line. So just a yard there on that play for Ford. 2nd and goal for the Chargers, who trail 7-0. Hayden in the shotgun, Tim's in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers to his right, Jesse McDonald to his left. And they're looking for McDonald, back corner of the end zone. He made the catch, but he was just out of bounds. Well, McDonald showing some impressive athleticism there as he leaped to catch that ball. McDonald, of course, a basketball player as well. But both feet clearly out of bounds there. So now 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. And you wonder here, is this 2-down territory? Maybe the Chargers try to run it, but I imagine they'll be going through the air once again. That's been successful tonight. Hayden looking to pass and overthrown.
Hayden's pass falls incomplete. The intended target, number 14.
They were looking for Desmond McPhail, so now it'll be 4th and goal from the 6. Chargers offense is staying on the field. They're going to be going for it from the 6-yard line. Trailing 7-0. Just under 11 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter. Hayden will be in shotgun. 3 wide receivers split out to the right. And Jesse McDonald on the near side of the field by himself. And Zion Timms also in the backfield. Hayden looking over the middle towards the back of the end zone. It's caught after a deflection. And it was Jesse McDonald who made the catch. And the Chargers get on the scoreboard to make it 7-6. Great awareness there from Jesse McDonald, and he scores a touchdown on senior night. Well, he's deflected by a defender for Leo, and Jesse McDonald was able to bring it down for the TD. So the Chargers trailing 7-6, looking to tie it up here on the extra point. And quick timeout is called. And at this time, we'd like to remind you, tonight's game and all St. Joseph Chargers programming is presented by Meatheads in Elmhurst, a place you can enjoy with your whole family from the moment you walk in the door until the moment you leave. Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst. 7-6, Leo on top of St. Joe's as the Chargers just scored a touchdown with 10:53 left to play here in the first half. The passing attack is working well for St. Joe's, although I think even they'd admit that touchdown had a little bit of luck involved as it was deflected into the hands of Jesse McDonald for 6 points.
I don't know. I didn't see it. Sorry.
So now the extra point attempt for St. Joe. And the Chargers in that unique formation once again. We've seen them go for 2 out of this. They have the entire line on the left hash. Meanwhile, the snapper, holder, and kicker in the middle field, and they are going to fake it. They pitch it to Amir Bergy, and he is stopped at the 5. Lost a couple of yards. The trick play does not work. So the score will remain 7-6. Leo ahead of St. Joe's with 10:53 here to play in this first half. But boy, what a drive that was for the Chargers.
St. Joseph High School is proud to be affiliated with Athletico Physical Therapy and Training Services.
As the passing game worked well, a couple of big plays made by Malik Mason. And then Jesse McDonald made 2 big catches as well. So the Chargers receivers stepping up here tonight to make it a 1-point game. On a beautiful Friday night, senior night here for the Chargers. 9 seniors for this St. Joseph squad. One of them being Jesse McDonald, who made that big catch for the touchdown. Zach Ford as well, Desmond McPhail, Zion Timms, Mike LaGuardia. Gavin Murray as well. All seniors for this Charger team. Shamar McDade Bishop, of course. Ryan Flowers. Great group of seniors here for this St. Joe team. So, score is 7-6. Leo ahead of St. Joe here with 10:53 left in the first half. And this kickoff. And wait a minute, this was stopped. The whistle blew here as Coach Petrosky called timeout. The Chargers only had 10 players on the field. So a heads-up timeout there by Coach Petrosky to make sure his team was ready down on the field. Can't afford to have those kind of mistakes with how important this game is. As I mentioned earlier, the Chargers have to win both games the rest of the season in order to make the IHSA playoffs, and that has been the goal from the beginning of the season. So 10:53 left in the first half, and the Chargers will try again on the kickoff after calling the timeout with only 10 men on the field. Zach Ford will kick it off. It's a nice kick. It'll be taken at about the 10. It was dropped near the sideline, but breaking a couple of tackles here for Leo is Tobias Sample, as he was able to make it all the way to the 18-yard line. But Sample dropped the ball briefly there, but was able to recover and gain some yardage on the kick return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Leo with 10:42 left in the second quarter. They lead 7-6. Scored a touchdown on their opening possession. They were sticking mainly to the run game, but then a deep touchdown pass was the scoring play as Keyshawn Douglas made the catch down the far sideline. He was wide open. A beautiful throw by Darrell Usli-Parr. Usli-Parr is in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. They'll hand it off up the middle here. And a gain of maybe 5 here. As Stephon Howard, he's been the workhorse for this Leo team thus far. They have given it to Sample a bit, but Howard has been the main back. Penalty flag is down. See what the call is. Personal foul going against St. Joseph. So that'll be an automatic first down. 15-yard penalty. And again, in these type of games, your playoff hopes on the line. Can't afford to make those type of mistakes, as the 15-yard penalty brings it out to the 41-yard line of Leo, where they'll have 1st and 10. Lions in the shotgun formation. They'll hand it off to the near side for Howard, and Howard's going to lose a yard, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage near the sideline as he was pushed out of bounds. And Howard's jersey has ripped completely. Boy, with the ripped jersey there. But he is really pumped up. He was actually able to gain a yard on that play. He was initially, it looked like he was going to lose about 3 or 4 yards, but he was able to get the corner right at that last moment to pick up a yard. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Leo from their own 42. Shotgun formation for Usli-Parr. 2 backs in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to the left. And the snap's high. It was mishandled. And Usli Parr will be brought down in the backfield and sacked by a couple of different Chargers. Shamar McDade Bishop, or rather, no, Malik Mason was in there first. And Gavin Murray also got in there on his senior night. Big play made by Murray. Have to be happy for him. Gavin Murray faced injury this season, his only season at St. Joseph as he transferred here. And he's able to make a big play on his senior night. So it'll be third and very long here for Leo as they have to get all the way to the 49-yard line of St. Joe. Ball is currently at the 37-yard line of Leo. They need 14 here. Usli Parr looking to pass, going deep. Couple of Chargers down there. No, it's caught by Leo at the 35-yard line. There was double coverage there, but somehow Keyshawn Douglas came down with the catch. Keyshawn Douglas looking more like Keyshawn Johnson there as he went up to grab that ball. So 1st and 10 for Leo on a miraculous catch on 3rd and long to bring it to the 35-yard line of St. Joe. It looked like that ball was destined to be intercepted, but instead it's caught by Douglas for the first down and a big gain for Leo. So 1st and 10 from the 35 of St. Joe here with just under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Leo leading 7-6 over the Chargers. Usli Parr in a pistol I formation, and the handoff to Howard. He's brought down to the backfield for a big loss. Getting in there to make the play, Shamar McDade Bishop. Who else on his senior night? Shamar makes a big play. And Shamar McDade Bishop is the kind of guy who always likes to have that spotlight on him, and in these types of games, he needs to make those kind of plays. And right there, a huge one with the tackle for loss for Shamar McDade Bishop. 2nd down and about 16 here for Leo from the 41-yard line of St. Joe. Usli Parr, play action, looking deep, has a man, and it's caught. And breaking some tackles, it's fumbled near the 10-yard line and picked up by the Chargers. St. Joe has it. They're looking to run it the other way. They're all the way to their own 18-yard line. And what a big play with the strip. Amir Berge recovered it. It looked like a big gain for Leo, but all of a sudden, near the end of that run, the Chargers were just grabbing at that football. They were able to pop it out, and Amir Berge picks it up, and it's back to the Chargers. One of the better defensive plays by this St. Joe team all season. That is effort right there, not giving up after a big gain for Leo and forcing the fumble. 1st and 10 for St. Joe from their own 18 with 7:41 left here in the second quarter. Hayden is rolling to his right, facing pressure, and he just is able to throw it away. It's an incomplete pass. And the Leo sideline is adamant that this should be intentional grounding, as Hayden was about to be sacked, and he just threw it. There was no receiver in the area, but the flag is not down. Now the flag will be thrown. Now it looks like this will be intentional grounding, and that is the call. So it's a loss of down and pushes St. Joe back to the spot of that foul.
Loss of down on the play will bring up 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and very long here for the Chargers. They're inside their own 10-yard line at about the 8. Need to get all the way to the 28 for a first down. So it'll be 2nd down and 20 for the Chargers. Rather, 2nd and 25 is all the way at the 4. So Hayden's in the shotgun. Facing immediate pressure, they go with a screen pass, and it was dropped. They were looking for Zion Timms on the halfback screen. He couldn't make the catch, so it'll be 3rd down and about 25 here. 7:28 left here in the second quarter. 7-6, Leo ahead of St. Joe. Hayden in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Tim's with him in the backfield. Hayden standing in his own end zone. Facing some pressure, goes to Zach Ford on the near sideline. Ford makes the catch at the 8, broke a tackle and made his way out to about the 13. But that is nowhere near the first down. Chargers will have to punt. And although they weren't able to convert offensively off of the turnover, they have to be happy that they were able to force that. Otherwise, Leo was heading towards another score. Still a big play by that Charger defense, and Zach Ford is out to punt. Standing right at the goal line of the Chargers as the ball is spotted at the St. Joe 13. Couple of men deep for Leo. Keyshawn Douglas. We also have Dijon Harris playing a little bit shorter. It's a high punt. It'll take a St. Joe bounce and keep rolling, and Keyshawn Douglas picks it up, and he's brought down immediately at his own 45-yard line. Well, St. Joe will certainly take that, punting from their own end zone, and Leo will just start at their own 46. Good kick coverage there by the Chargers to make that stop as Douglas picked it up off the bounce. And we'd like to remind you again that the second quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by the Illinois High School Association. Stay in the game. 1st and 10 for Leo at their own 46 with 6:19 to play. They lead it 7-6 over the Chargers. Ousley Parr is in the shotgun, and timeout will be called by Leo. That is their second timeout of this first half. So here with 6:19 left to play in the second quarter, a tight ball game between these CCL Red rivals. Hey, Charger fans, don't forget to stop by Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst and enjoy our fast casual family restaurant that serves fresh experiences. Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst. So 6:19 left here in this second quarter, the 1-point ball game. Last year's game was certainly a classic, with the Chargers coming back from a 30-6 deficit to win it 40-30 on the road at Leo. And this one shaping up to be another tight ball game between these two squads. Leo coming in at 1-6. They won their first game of the season against Lane Tech at Soldier Field. Since then have lost 6 consecutive ball games. And the Chargers at 3-4. Once again, I'll remind you, they need to win both of their final 2 games in order to make the IHSA playoffs. First and 10 for Leo from their own 46. Ousley Parr in the shotgun. Man comes in motion. They give it to him, and he's looking to pass. And he has a man deep. It's Keyshawn Douglas, and he makes the catch at the 10. Ooh, Keyshawn Douglas. He is looking like a player on a different level tonight. Already has the long touchdown, and here makes the catch inside the 10. Wow, what a catch that was, as Keyshawn Douglas may have pushed Zach Ford off a little bit, but not something that is going to be called, and I think it was a great catch there by Douglas. A lot of skill for Douglas, and how about the throw by Dijon Harris? He is not the quarterback. That was a little handoff to him, and he was able to throw it. So now it's 1st and goal for Leo at about the 9-yard line. 5:40 left to play in the first half. Usley Parr in the shotgun. And a little reverse here, a lot of space, and a touchdown for Tobias Sample.
On the reverse, number 9, Tobias Sample scores the Leo touchdown.
A great play call there by Leo with the reverse, fooled the Chargers defense, and it puts Leo up 13-6 with 5:30 to play here in the second quarter. Well, similar to St. Joe, some exciting athletes on this Leo roster with Tobias Sample. We've seen a lot from Keyshawn Douglas, the wide receiver. But on that play, it was Sample using his speed on the reverse to make his way into the end zone. Chris Reno on for the extra point. John Harris is the holder. Snap is down, and this is blocked. The Chargers might have a chance to return this. Oh, you can't return it in high school football. I'm thinking of college here. It's a dead ball in high school football.
PAT blocked by the Chargers with 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. The score is Leo 13, St. Joe 6.
But another blocked kick for the Chargers. So that'll keep the score at 13-6 with 5:30 to play here in the first half. There were a couple of different St. Joe's players in there to make that block to prevent Leo from taking an 8-point lead. It will remain a 7-point game. 13-6, Leo ahead of St. Joe. Amir Berge is out there for the kickoff, deep for St. Joe. Kicker for Leo is Chris Reno. So Reno will kick it from his own 40-yard line. Berge is standing around the 10. We know that Berge can provide some excitement. We'll see what he can do here on the return if he does get a chance at it. Reno, a high short kick, and indeed, Berge will not get a chance. It's Malik Mason who has it, and Mason has some blockers to the near sideline. He'll cut back around the 30, able to stay in bounds, and finally brought down around the 29 of St. Joe. Well, Mason has made some big plays here tonight, and they're looking impressive on that kickoff return, as the nose of the football is near the 30-yard line for the Chargers, who take over with 5:20 left second quarter, trailing by 7. Hayden in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Zion Timms in the backfield with Hayden. Hayden takes the snap, had a little trouble handling it. Now he's facing pressure. He'll evade it, looking to throw deep downfield. It's a short pass. And luckily for Caleb Hayden, no defenders in the area for Leo. And Hayden took a shot there as he delivered that football. Probably the reason that it was such a short pass, knowing the kind of arm strength that Caleb Hayden has. Before the season, Rich Petrosky telling me he can throw it 75 yards on the fly. We've seen him make some long throws this season. The question is, can the Chargers offensive line provide him with enough time to take those deep shots down the field? 4 wide receivers. Timms in the backfield with Hayden. He is looking deep for Desmond McPhail. He had him inside the 35, but he dropped it. Would have been a huge play there for the Chargers, and Desmond McPhail is shaking his head as he heads back to the line of scrimmage. Could have been a touchdown there, but McPhail was not able to hold on. And I said it right before that. The Chargers had the time to make that throw. The offensive line did a nice job standing up there, but McPhail just couldn't execute to make the catch. 3rd down and 10 for the Chargers here from their own 30-yard line. Hayden in shotgun. 3 wide receivers out to his right, 1 to the left. Hayden takes snap. He's looking left for Jesse McDonald. He has him, and he can't make the catch. He might have been ruled out of bounds anyway, but they were trying to take a deep shot once again, and McDonald had his man beat, but the throw was trailing out of bounds, and then McDonald didn't hold on anyway, so the Chargers will have to punt with 4:57 left in this first half. Keyshawn Douglas, the dangerous return man for Leo, standing at about his own 33-yard line. Zach Ford, the punter for the Chargers, standing at his own 16. Did a nice job on his last punt from his own end zone. Good snap. And this is a high, short punt, and it will go out of bounds at about the 42-yard line of St. Joe, or rather the 42-yard line of Leo. But no, they mark it out of bounds at the 47. The 47-yard line of Leo, so a very short punt there from Ford. You're never very happy about a 23-yard net gain on a punt. And Leo will have very good field position to start this drive with 4:50 left in the first half, and they're leading it 13-6. Osley Parr in the shotgun. Three wide receivers and one running back in the backfield along with Osley Parr, and now a timeout's going to be called by Leo, as they did not like what they were seeing offensively. The second quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by the Illinois High School Association. Stay in the game. So 4:50 left in this first half, a 13-6 game. Leo ahead of St. Joe. But this is a position that St. Joseph has been in against Leo before, trailing. Last year it was 30-6, and the tremendous comeback by the Chargers led them to a 40-30 victory. A much smaller deficit tonight as they trail by just 7. But the question is, can St. Joe get a big play through the air? We've seen that their receivers have been able to get open, but it's either been, for one thing, some pressure on the quarterback, Caleb Hayden, but another thing, a couple of drops by the wide receivers here tonight. 1st and 10 for Leo from their own 47. Osley Parr in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to the right, sends a man in motion. It's Sample. They'll look for Sample on the screen. It was nearly intercepted, but it'll go for a loss. A loss of about 7 yards on that screen pass. As the Chargers defense read it perfectly, it could have been intercepted, but Osley Parr was able to get the ball just over the hand of a Charger defender. But the St. Joe defense snuffed that out right away as they made the stop in the backfield. And Leo will have it at their own 41 now, 2nd and long. 2nd and about 16. 3 wide receivers, 2 men in the backfield, both directly behind the quarterback, Osley Parr. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Some space on the near side. And then finally brought down there is Antoine Wheeler Jr. We've seen that Leo has a few different backs that can be given the ball here tonight. We've seen a lot of Stephon Howard. And there we see Wheeler. So it'll be 3rd and 11 here for Leo from their own 46. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. A 7-point lead for the Lions over the St. Joseph Chargers. Osley Parr in the shotgun. 5 wide for the time being. They could send a man in motion. We've seen that quite a bit tonight. Clock running near that 3-minute mark. And it is batted down. A pass by the St. Joe defense. Anthony Brown comes through to knock that down and force the punt. Big-time play by the junior Anthony Brown, who plays on both sides of the ball for the Chargers. So it'll be 4th and 11. And that's what they tell you when they coach you. If you're a defensive end, you see that quarterback rearing his arm back, get those hands up, knock the football down, and that's exactly what Anthony Brown did. So Leo will have to punt for the first time tonight. They've scored 2 touchdowns and also had a turnover with a fumble. It's Desmond McPhail back deep for St. Joe, standing near his own 20-yard line. False start on the punt. Pretty rare occurrence to see a false start on a punt, but it does occur anyway. So that'll push Leo further back. Ball is spotted at their own 41-yard line. And the punter, Antoine Wheeler, standing at about his own 30. Desmond McPhail, the return man for the Chargers, near his own 25, and it's a fake punt, but he is brought down well short of the first down. Shamar McDade Bishop makes the stop, and that'll make it a turnover on downs. And now Wheeler is down after he ran with it on that fake punt. He is down and injured around his own 45-yard line with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Hopefully, and Antoine Wheeler is back up on his feet. Good to see that. And he'll head back to the sideline. So the ball will go back to the Chargers offense. Looking to tie up this ball game. They'll have 3 minutes left in the first half. But knowing this quick strike Charger offense, they don't really need that much time on the clock. That's what they've been trying to do tonight. Go deep through the air with that strong arm of Caleb Hayden and a talented crop of wide receivers. Hayden in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, out to his right, 1 to the left. Hayden will hand it off up the middle to Zion Timms. Timms had some space on the far sideline, has a first down and a little bit more. Longest run of the night for a running back of the Chargers. There's a gain of about 12 there for St. Joe, as they're now at the 33-yard line of Leo. Hayden in the shotgun, Tim's in the backfield with him, 3 wide receivers to the right. Play action pass. Hayden looking deep downfield, has McDonald wide open near the end zone. He catches it, touchdown, Jesse McDonald. Second touchdown tonight, but wait a minute, this is going to be called back. Holding against St. Joe. Second time tonight a touchdown has been called back. Well, earlier it was a touchdown called back for Leo, but this time it's holding on the Chargers that calls back a touchdown on what was a beautiful throw by Caleb Hayden to a wide-open Jesse McDonald. Oh, that is a tough break for the Chargers, as now the ball is spotted at midfield. St. Joe has to get all the way to the 24 for a first down. But it is still first down after that holding penalty. Hayden, play action, a little screen pass to Ford. He makes the catch. He's inside the 35 to the 30. So a big gain of 20 yards on first down for the Chargers. Great play call there to the senior, Zach Ford. Ford and Jesse McDonald making big contributions on their senior nights, as well as Shamar McDade Bishop and Gavin Murray. We've seen them all make big plays, and Zion Timms as well. Second down at about 7 for the Chargers. Hayden takes the snap in the shotgun. facing pressure. He'll roll to his right, and he's brought down and sacked around the 40 of Leo. But a flag is down here. See what the call is. Chargers seem to be celebrating. Looks like it's going to be against Leo. Let's see what the call is. Still some discussion going on between the officials. And the Chargers might be walking back now. Oh, they're signaling a personal foul against Leo here. Personal foul. Hands to the face against Leo. That will be an automatic first down for St. Joe's. Oh, rather it is second down.
However, a personal foul call against the Lions will move the ball up to the 25-yard line.
So no automatic first down, but it is a 15-yard penalty. So second and short here for the Chargers. Hand off to Timms, has some space, has the first down, a little bit more to the 20-yard line of Leo with 2:07 to play here in the first half. First and 10 for St. Joe. They trail by 7. So first and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Chargers. Hayden in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Out to his right, 1 to the left. Hayden looking to that right side towards the end zone. It is. Is it caught? Can't tell for sure. It was caught. A flag was thrown. What is the call here? Is this going to be offensive pass interference? Because it looked to me like it was caught by Malik Mason. It's offensive pass interference. Indeed, that could be the only call that would take away that touchdown.
Flag on the play is offensive pass interference against the Chargers.
So that pushes the Chargers back. The second touchdown of this drive to be called back. First one for a holding penalty. This time it's offensive pass interference. As Malik Mason made a great catch there in the end zone, but all for naught as he committed the offensive pass interference. So it's first and long. Hayden fumbles as he was running it. Who has it? Chargers were able to recover, so St. Joe fans can breathe a sigh of relief.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Chargers.
Ball is now at the 32-yard line of Leo. Second and very long here. First down marker at about the 11. Second and 21 for St. Joe. Hayden in the shotgun. Tim's in the backfield with him. He's looking to pass left. Going over the middle then, and Jesse McDonald was open, but it's overthrown. Just about a minute left here in the first half. So it'll be third down and very long here for St. Joe. So third and over 20 to go here. Hayden in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Looking to his left now. He'll roll right. And he's going to run with it. Has some space. Working his way towards the first down marker, but he's going to be a couple of yards short. But this makes fourth down much more manageable. And a timeout called by St. Joe with 47 seconds left as the clock would be running. So fourth down and about 4 to go. Caleb Hayden making it much more manageable there with the long run. Good awareness there by Hayden to avoid the pressure. Find some space, set up his blockers to make this, again, a much more manageable fourth down for the Chargers from about the 15-yard line. Down by 7 points. Type of situation where the Chargers definitely will be going for it here. So coming off of the timeout will be 4th down. And 4 for St. Joe. Hayden in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. To the left, 1 to the right. And a flag for a false start. That's costly. Pushing it back from what would be a much more manageable 4th down and 3. Now it's 4th down and 8 with 47 seconds to play in the first half. 13-6 the score. St. Joe finds themselves behind Leo, looking for a 4th down conversion here. Hayden takes the snap, looking left, throws over the middle for Desmond McPhail, and he can't make the catch. He was in the end zone. Ball was right there, and McPhail just couldn't make the catch. He was wide open there and just couldn't come away with it. Boy, that is a tough play for Desmond McPhail on his senior night. And that's one of those things where you just have to move on to the next play. Drop a touchdown pass, can't get your head down. Have to focus as McPhail is out there on defense now. It'll be 1st and 10 for Leo after the turnover on downs. We'll start from inside their own 20. Handoff here. A little bit of space for Wheeler. And he wheels his way for about 6 yards or so. But this could be the last play of the first half. Just trying to wind down this clock. And Leo does get the ball to start this second half, so they'll play it conservatively with the 7-point lead. Might run one more play, just about 5 seconds to go in the first half. Doesn't look like they're going to get this off. Can they? With 1 second left, they do get the play off. It is Wheeler, and he gets the first down, but that doesn't matter as the play ends the first half with the score, Leo 13 and St. Joe's 6. Our halftime report tonight is brought to you by Meatheads, the official sponsor of St. Joseph Chargers football programming. We provide a full-service, made-to-order dining experience serving high-quality, fresh, never-frozen ingredients, including 100% Angus beef hamburgers, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and chicken sandwiches, as well as real Idaho potatoes freshly cut every day. Meatheads at 143 North York Street in Elmhurst. Again, the score 13-6. Player of the half for St. Joe has to be Jesse McDonald with that touchdown catch. Also made another big catch on that drive. Malik Mason has been playing well at receiver and on defense. But the Chargers still find themselves trailing by 7 points. And at halftime, they will be doing the senior night festivities. And here on Arena Sports Net, I'd like to give a shout-out myself to all the seniors before we take our halftime break. So to Jesse McDonald, Zach Ford, Desmond McPhail, Ryan Flowers, Gavin Murray, Josh Ratliff, Shamar McDade Bishop, Kyle Johnston, and Mike LaGuardia. Congratulations on your senior night and your last home game as the St. Joseph Chargers, and we wish all of them the best in the rest of this game, the rest of this season, and whatever they go on to do after their time here at St. Joseph's. So at the end of the first half, Leo leading St. Joe's 13-6. We'll be back with second half action in about 15 minutes here on Arena Sportsnet Chicago.